just got here. Let's see if we can get the participation going. Let me find this here. 0, 2. Okay. We just solved for number 1. Now let's solve for number 2. How much time does it take for the rocket to reach maximum height? So if you had to take a guess, Caleb, what letter should we represent time with? T. Everyone write T. Equals. We're doing number 2. Let me write this better. We're trying to find time. Okay, next is Aaliyah. Aaliyah, any other variables that we might want for our problem solving? What is... We can, yeah. So what was our answer for x? Negative 24.69. And we can actually borrow, so the more, when the rocket reaches its maximum height, how fast is it moving? Zero. Why, Devin? When it's at the top, it stops for like a tiny second, and then it comes back down. So let's put VF equals 0. And then, who said negative 9.8? Okay, so what is negative 9.8 supposed to be? And another letter for gravity in our formulas is A. Good. So we have our T, X, V, and we need to solve for T this time. So our equation is the following. VF equals VI plus GT. Let's make it AT so we're consistent. AT. Question? No. Okay. All right. Elijah, we're solving for T. So how do I get T by itself? We'll divide later, but before that, we have to get rid of this VI, which is adding to AT. So what kind of math? Subtract. So everyone, minus your VI. You will. But first you have to get rid of anything that adds or subtracts before you divide. Yeah. So you're on the right track. We just have to go in order. Okay, so then what's left over is going to be VF minus VI equals acceleration times T. And Jimenez, what were your classmates saying to do with this A? A is multiplying to T. Divide. So everyone divide your A from both sides. And what's left over is V F minus VI over A equals T. Give it a nice circle. Then we can plug in our values. All right, Carlos is in the restroom, so Jesus, you'll have to plug in for us. What is our VF? It's on the screen. 0. And Shauna, what is the VI? I apologize. 22. That's something we forgot to write down. So VI is 22. Thank you. Correct. And that's what we have to plug in. This is VI. So 22. Yeah. Sometimes it's nice and easy and it's given to you, just like number 4 is given to us, 7 meters. And then acceleration, Caleb, what's A? Yeah. You see it? It's on the screen. Look for A. A equals. It's right here. Yeah, you got negative 9.8 equals T. Yes. Study guide. You already checked your answers?
Yeah.
Your student 3. Xavier, are you also done? Okay. Can you give this to him when he's done? Aaliyah, our math person. 22 divided by 9.8. Yeah, right here. Keep here. 22 divided by negative 9.8. Negative 24. No. That makes more sense. 2.4. 2.24. Sounds about right. 22 divided by negative 9.8. Nicely done. Put a box around that. Now let's solve for velocity. How fast is the rocket when it goes up and then crashes back down? So the formula we're going to use is question. Of course. VF equals VI plus AT. Shauna, you have a question? Yes, but negative. Or it is negative. Wait. You're asking, is this the same thing that we did before? The time it takes. We're not trying to find time for number 3, but we will. Number 3 is not asking for time, and so, but I'm glad you remembered. We will use time in the next problem. Number 3 is asking how fast is it going. So we have to find V sub F as a new value. This V sub F as a 0 no longer is going to work for us because we're trying to find how fast the rocket's moving at the point in time when it hits the ground. So you can cross out this VF equals 0 and make a new VF equals unknown. Equals unknown. What? No. And yes. And we have a new time as well.
Define time, right?
Yeah. To find time, we put this in the calculator. Correct. Okay, can you show them what you did in your calculator? All right, so I think Shauna was right. Shauna, what is the total time of the rocket flight if it goes all the way up and all the way back down? Times 2. Because they take just to get to the maximum height, it's 2.24. But then to come back down, it's 2.24. So we're going to do 2.24 times 2 before we plug in our new t. So this t, yes, thank you. So what is our final value? Shauna, you can continue for us. 2.24 times 2. Sounds about right. So now we plug in. Elijah, let's plug in. VF, thank you, equals, what's our VI? 22. Jimenez, what's our A? Negative 9.8. Carlos, what's our T? We did for when it goes up, but when it comes back down, it's 2.24 more. We're still continuing. Yeah. Correct. Yes. Negative 4.48. Now we simplify. Let's go to Shauna. What is 22 plus negative 9.8 times negative 4.48? Anyone else get that? You guys just watching? Everyone double check him. 22 plus negative 9.8 times negative 4.48. He got 60 something. Anyone else? Yeah. 22 plus negative 9.8 times negative 4.48. Yes. More. Carlos, you got something? We got a 21. Right. Anybody else? 69. You got 65. What'd you get, Demore? You working on it? Okay. So 65 is what I also got. So let's use that for now. It's faster than I expected, because usually it's supposed to be the opposite of our initial velocity. It should be negative 22. I think, Elijah, what did you do to get 21? Didn't you get 21 something? No? Okay. All right. We'll come back to this. Okay, let's go ahead and... Oh, okay. All right, we have to back it up. I see where I made an error. Hello. Buenos dias. We're going to back up a few steps. Yes.
Mr. Lim, the tree cutters are going to be here. Tree
Okay.
trimmers are going to be here. Tree cutters.
Yeah.
They're going to be here trimming the trees
Okay.
a little bit. So your door's closed right now, but when the kids come out, they're maybe out there.
Okay.
They're going to kind of cordon it off, just FYI. So
Okay.
the kids will be able to get around.
They'll get around, but they'll be sectioned off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just wanted to let you know.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Rodriguez. So, anyone see the mistake that was made? Let's look at this. Right here. Look at this. What did I not carry over? The subtract. So my fault. So we have to undo all this, because our time is off. But we can just make it a quick fix. Okay, let me show you how. you're going to cross this off, make it a minus. Yes. You want to check your answers? All right, so if this is minus, then it's negative 22 divided by negative 9.8. So everyone do that. Negative 22 divided by negative 9.8. Negative 22 divided by negative 9.8. What is it? Almost the same, right? This says negative 2.2. It's actually positive 2.2. So we actually don't have to delete a lot of stuff. We can just pretend the negative is not there and maybe make a note. Negative. Right? I made the mistake, so make sure you don't make that mistake on the test. So when we do time, 2.24 times 2 is still 4.48. It's still 4.48. So when we plug in, it's still going to be very close to what we had before. 22 plus negative 9.8 times 4.48. But we're not going to have such a huge number. We're not going to have 65. We're actually going to be in the 20s. And that's going to be much easier to check our answer as well. So everyone grab your calculator. Put 22 plus, and then negative 9.8 times 4.48. What do you get? Yeah. I said 4.48 this time because we're not going to use a negative time anymore because that negative was there.
I got negative 2.4. Negative 25.
I got something in the 20s, so try it again.
Yeah, it's negative
7 is for you. Grab your stuff. Okay, so did anyone get 20 something? 65? Make sure it's not negative 4.48. It's a positive 4.48. So did I. Anybody else? You got a 2? For sake of time, you should have gotten negative 21.9. All right. We got one more.